So when I was thinking about what got me interested in being a therapist, I was reflecting back on kind of my coming out story. I think a key part of that is what made me start experiencing quite a bit of anxiety, which is what I first sought therapy for myself. When I had my first attractions, some of the same gender in college, is when I really started to, that anxiety really started to ramp up. Because I joined a faith group in college. I was not really raised religiously, not really a part of my life until college. And so those two things intersecting. And I just remember I ended up having this like really large panic attack in the middle of the student union. And I had a dear friend who just like walked me back to his dorm and just took care of me. And I just remember thinking like, I don't know what I would have done if someone hadn't been there to help me in that moment. And, you know, I went to the largest public state school in the nation, and to have a panic attack where I couldn't even talk or move in the middle of the student union in the middle of the lunch rush just felt so overwhelming that he just put his arms around me and walked me back. And so that kickstarted my journey into therapy. And then by the time it was actually later that year, I decided that I wanted to be a therapist. It was about 6 months later, I started actually looking at grad programs for therapy. So my favorite thing about being a therapist is really getting to partner alongside people in their journey. The fact that someone would trust me with the intimate stories of their lives and details that they might not be sharing with others, and that we together get to create a sacred space where that gets to be processed and talked about with zero judgment. If you've ever been a client or been in therapy with me, you hear me probably say this phrase a lot. I see most things as neutral, and society puts all these different types of labels on them. But really, if we give them a space where they could just be, and we can look at them and pick them up and then put them down and then pick a new thing up, I think we can kind of, one, take a lot of the shame messages away and destigmatize these items or decisions, items being parts of life in our story. So when it comes to my favorite thing, it's getting to be in that vulnerable space with another person. And just that they would trust me with that, and that we get to partner together. They're doing the work. The work happens outside the therapy room. And that together we get to collaborate and strategize and kind of keep moving forward. My hope for all clients in our clinic, in the iAmClinic, is really just that they will walk away from this space feeling empowered. Therapy can be a journey. It can be a slog at times. And so taking that space where even when it's hard, even when they're in the midst of maybe doing some hard work, that there are glimmers of hope, and that there are markers where they get to say, if it's, I'm making incremental movements towards the person that I'm becoming, or putting up the boundaries I need to put up to keep myself safe, or creating the healthy relational dynamics that I crave, or whatever it might be, that they feel empowered to do that for themselves because of themselves. So again, very internally driven, and versus kind of being externally forced.